Is anybody with us?
Oh yeah, there's lots of people in the chat.
Have you got the chat? I haven't got the chat at the moment.
Oh, and we're live as well.
Yeah, we're live as well. Oh, right. Right, hang on, everybody. I'll be with you in a moment. I'm just trying to find a chat now. At least. You
carry on with that. I'll say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. Right, back to you, Ted. Right, hello everybody. Welcome to the eModels stream. Slightly delayed tonight. It's all Ted's fault, but we won't mention that anymore. It's fine. We'll just say it's 9 o'clock, and we'll say it's good. So yeah. Hello to everybody. Thank you everybody for hanging around and waiting and being in chat. We'll try to keep you amused in there while we're getting everything set up and getting all the technical issues sorted out. As you may have noticed, there's no Foxx tonight. He's got other issues, so just the me and Ted, and we're lucky to have Ted because that
was a bit of a hectic around tonight. It was because of there was text going everywhere. Yeah, a bit of an issue trying to get into YouTube and things like that, but hopefully. Right, sorry, I'm just catching up on the texts and emails. I can't seem to find the chat. Oh dear, where's it gone?
Shall I send you a link to it, or you found it, or?
I think I found it. Have I found it? No, I haven't found it.
If not, don't worry about it. They'll be fine on their own. It's all right. They're grown up, so they'll be all right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, being on non-fiber broadband.
Yeah, press the buttons harder. It works. It'll be fine.
I found the chat. I can pop it out.
Yeah, Zedster says it's just here.
Yeah. What it was, I managed. I went next door to see if I could use the internet, but I couldn't find anybody in. So I climbed through the window. Now there's a long Ethernet cable going out. Goes out my window, across the front street, back into next door through an open window. So we're good to go, I think.
Yeah, they won't notice it. They'll be fine.
They'll never notice it. Yeah, I just need to remember to unplug it before they come home. Right, let's pop out the chat. That's right. I think we're about ready to, yeah. Well, it is, isn't it? And it's raining as well.
Is it? Blimey, I wish it was raining here. It's been very hot. Too hot here. All the grass is dead.
Yeah. I did have some earphones tonight, and I can't find them. No, they've gone. So.
The chat seems to have disappeared. I haven't got the beginning of chat, so I can't tell who was here first and who's been around. But we've got several people in chat already.
Yeah, James Chapman. First one I found. James Chapman. Ted, did you manage to find your stickers yet? No, I haven't. I think I know where off. It's just I haven't had a chance to get into the loft yet. Yeah. So right, I've got the chat up. I've got lots of other windows open as well. So I'll get rid of some of them. I might cut down on my broadband, so I won't be as jerky. He says.
Sergeant Bones says he was first. I can't tell. My chat doesn't go back that far. I think there's glitches everywhere that normally I can go back to the beginning, but I can't tonight. So.
Yeah. Right. We're in. Yeah. Ready to go. I think I've shut. Yeah. Close everything down. Right. Should we do a proper start now? Should we do
I'll sit quietly and you can do the intro.
Yeah. I'm just looking around for all the other stuff, and I've just realised that I've got my phone plugged in, so it's ready and charged, but I haven't plugged it in. So I got to
plug in the other end. Yeah,
back in it.
Plugging in both ends is always useful. Right, as ever, if you're not watching through the actual YouTube app and want to get in on the chat, click on the little button down here somewhere that says YouTube. It will take you through to the actual YouTube site, app, whatever, and then you can join in the chat and give us something to talk about, please. It's bad enough when there's only two of us here, let alone.
I hear you.
Yeah, Ted can't hear a word anyway, so it's fine. Just we can talk about him all we like. Stop talking about him now, okay? He's back.
Right. Yeah, I'm back. Yes. Good evening. Welcome to a slightly delayed eModels. Yeah, as Chris has already said, you notice that there's one missing tonight. It's the great man himself. Foxx is missing. I think, well, I did track his phone, and I think I've tracked it to the Stoke Yacht Club. I've tried phoning them up, but they denied it's the yacht club because it's a secret organisation. So this isn't the yacht club. Honest, you do know the yacht club's secret, don't you? But this isn't the yacht club. So I think that's where he is. So yeah, he'll be along next week, hopefully.
Have they got a secret party that they've not invited you to? Is that?
Yeah, I think he's been invited down to do some weathering on Pete's 3-foot yacht. Once it camouflaging so people can't see it. So.
Cool. Oh, is that dazzle pattern that's all black and white stripes?
Yeah, it's all the dazzle pattern. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Right. So we'll carry on as good as we can. We'll try and make up the extra 15 minutes that you lost out on at the end of the show. Then again, we might not. Right, and we'll do the giveaways and things. Remember, I can't hear anything now. I can't hear anything out there. So this is your show. We do like to have your questions and things to come along to us. At the moment, I haven't got any questions in the eModels email bag. So if you do have some questions and you can't get them into chat, send them to ted@emodels.co.uk. And we'll do some sticker giveaways and mug giveaways and things like that. And we've got a prize to give away from last week, haven't we?
We have, yes. I've found that. I found one of them random ticket, random number thingy comment checker thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the one Foxx uses, but it seems to work. So I'll do that a bit later on as well, when we'll find out who won the amazing prize from last week.
I forgot all about that. Yeah. So we can do that. Anyway, have you been doing anything this week, Chris?
No, I've been mostly melting this week. It's been too warm to do anything at the bench. The one thing I did do was when the football was on last week, I did my own live stream thing and built some legs, Iron Man legs. That's as far as I got through doing him.
Oh, right.
A couple of hours. It's the photo etch type metal earth thing, folded metal sheets that you just sort of bend over and make up. So that's what I've done this week. I'll come back and do the rest of that at some point. Right.
Is that what paint was that? Was that self-coloured or was it painted?
It's sheets of metal like steel plates that are already coloured. I think they're like anodized or something.
Oh, right.
So there's mainly red with a bit of gold and a little bit of silver, but I haven't done the silver yet.
Yeah. I know somebody says, Sprue Glue says, please don't mention the football. Yeah,
well, that's why I did it. When the football was on, was it Wednesday night, wasn't it? When we played the last important match.
Somebody said last week that this time this week will either be World Cup winners or not.
And we aren't. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
We're not. Yeah, so never mind.
Yeah, so Sprue Surgeon says, I want that face. I'm not sure which face he's talking about, but okay. You can't have this one. This is mine. I need it.
yeah, we keep the one we've got. Right, I'm just opening the emails to see if there's anything coming in. As yet, there's no emails coming in. Remember, if you send a question in and your question gets read out on the show, you're also eligible to have a sticker sent to you as well as the winner, or a sticker for the mug and things like that. So, right.
Griff MJ says, where did I get that Iron Man from? eModels don't sell them, unfortunately. They should do. They're model kits. They count. But no, it was bought from one of the internet shops. The other internet shops.
Yeah, and I think Chris has already said that if you're watching this on a platform that doesn't take you directly to YouTube, I think down here somewhere, down in the corner.
Down there somewhere, apparently, yeah.
Down there somewhere. If you click on that, that'll take you over to the YouTube channel. You can join in the chat on there.
And you'll need to be there later on when we do the sticker giveaways, because they're done live in the chat. So get down, join it, make sure you're watching live, not 10 minutes ago. Because although we were 10 minutes late, you can't be. You have to be on time. Now,
because of all the problems at the start, we may encounter problems as we go along. So if we suddenly disappear, that means the next doors come home and unplugged me. So if that happens, we'll see you next week. But that is just in case. So what have you guys been up to out in the chat, out in Chatland? Has anybody been building out there themselves, or is it too warm? It's actually been raining a little bit here today, so the temperature's gone down a little bit. I've been on to the council this week to talk about converting the loft, and they said, just get on with it. Don't need planning permission.
So you're going to build 3 extra floors up there, right?
Yeah. So there'll be 3 extra floors going on, an extra bathroom and an extension on the back. So I did record the telephone conversation as well. So right, just to check, can everybody hear me okay? Am I in focus and all the rest of it? Because I didn't have time to set anything up.
You're mostly in focus. You're going a little bit pixely again, but I think that's just where next doors might be getting home and watching internet.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. We've got a question from Michael Brown. He says, can you use pledge to thin Tamiya for spraying? I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
To thin Tamiya for spraying, you really want the Tamiya X20A.
Yeah, because pledge is just a product like a varnish on its own. I wouldn't certainly use Tamiya. Plus, Tamiya being an alcohol-based, I don't think the other one being, the pledge being acrylic-based, I certainly don't think the two would go together. So go and use the Tamiya thinners itself or any of the other proprietary thinners.
Lord Barclay's got a question for me. What brushes do you use for doing miniatures, or what do you recommend? I haven't really done any miniatures like busts or anything like that, miniatures, but for doing normal painting, I tend to use... I've got a couple of these nice Winsor & Newton. I've got a 00 and a 000, which I use for the very fine details. They're lovely brushes, and they should last for a long time. Yeah,
I know one brand that I've particularly been using for the small stuff, for my figure painting and things like that, is some of the Army Painter brushes. Really nice.
Foxx has used them. I haven't picked any of them up yet, but they sound quite nice as well. Yeah.
I haven't got into the high-end Winsor & Newton brushes yet, but I believe they're good as well. Something you want something that will retain its shape, nice and sharp. And as I say, with the Army Painter brushes for that one.
Yeah, as Asta says, Foxx has a really nice set of brushes for miniatures. Yeah, they're the Army Painter ones. I think he's got a set of them, lots of different finishes and ends and things. Yep. Right. Chris Belchin says, I finally started my first model in around 40 years. And then he doesn't tell us what it is, but James Chapman asked what it was, so I'm waiting on the answer. Oh, there you go. A Makieva Mark 111 by Tacom. I don't know what it is. Sounds like a tank.
I'll just Google that. Yeah,
it sounds tank-like, but it might be a plane.
Yeah, I was going to go over to eModels to Google it. To search for it, but as soon as you open another page, I start. Yeah,
everything slows down and you start freezing. So tell us what it is, because we're not that good. Foxx is near. Foxx would know. But...
it's certainly a tank. Certainly a tank, but I don't know which particular one it is.
I'm somewhat disappointed, Ted, that you're in the same place as last week. I think we're going to get a different room.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to anywhere else. Yeah, I tried for the kitchen, but the acoustics are worse in there than they are in here. I tried turning the camera round so I would actually be facing the wall, and the acoustics might have been a little bit better, but they were even worse. But yeah, it's like the Albert Hall in here.
You haven't even put a picture up on the wall behind you yet. That was a nice picture of a Gundam or something. Or...
Yeah, I think can you get pictures of Gundams?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, right.
It's an Israeli tank, apparently, Tony Blackwell says.
Yeah, that's it.
I knew it was a tank. I'm brilliant, I am. And it's a Mark III, apparently, not a Mark 111. It's 111, but probably Roman numerals 3 rather than 111.
Yeah, I see. What was I going to say about, talking about the eModels site, if you go across to the eModels site at the moment, particularly the Facebook pages, go across to eModels Facebook pages, they are giving away some kits and some paints, and all you need to do is like them. So, just while it was on the back of my mind.
Jamie Bone says, Ted, is that your secret gin cupboard behind you? No, Ted's secret gin cupboard is much bigger than that.
Yeah. That's a cupboard that we inherited with the house. It's just full of knickknacks, gin. No, bits and pieces.
Knickknacks like the crisps.
Knickknacks, yeah, crisps, all the sort of goodies that I'm going to need. I am thinking of turning this little section under the stairs. I think I mentioned it last week. I'm going to turn it into a little bit of sort of building space just in the interim till we get the workshop sorted out. So never know. I might be able to start building sooner than I thought.
I was going to say, I assume you haven't been building anything other than wardrobes this week.
No, I built some rather small wardrobe, or a small wardrobe, and as you know, the usual flat pack stuff doesn't fit, be as rickety as hell, and I reckon within a month, I'll be taking it apart again and putting something else in its place. So, yeah.
So Bucks Bobbington does say, Ted, what's the email address? I think they just want you to say it again.
Email, right. The email address for me for the eModel, the questions tonight is ted@emodels.co.uk, and this should come through on the emails.
I can't believe they don't all know it off by heart now anyway. But
Michael Jackman says he doesn't do Facebook or Twitter thingy. Some people don't, but yeah, if you do have Facebook, nip across to eModels. And they're giving some stuff away.
Which we're signing up just for going and getting some free stuff potentially.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost you anything to sign up for it. So
yeah, don't worry if you do have Facebook. You don't have to post pictures of what meal you're eating or how you're feeling today or anything like that. You can just watch and look.
Yep. Sprugler Addict does say, have eModels sacked Foxx? No.
Yeah.
Our resident expert will be returning, but just not today. Sorry, I'm just sort of getting rid of emails. What was I going to say? Yeah, Foxx has disappeared tonight. Reasons beyond our control. As I say, we do think he's down at Stoke in the Stoke Yacht Club. He might be getting installed as as a chief whipping boy and crew member. I'm always confused by that term, whipping boy. Does that mean he has the whip or he is whipped?
Yeah, he has to go around. Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's in charge of it or which end of the whip he's going to be.
yeah. Or you graduate to the other end, and then you
work your way up. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, you work your way up. James Chapman says, when does the giveaways end? I don't know. I think I don't know when the giveaways end for the Facebook pages. That's just when.
Do it sooner rather than later. That way you make sure you get in. So yeah, not now. Wait till we finish, then do it. But
yeah. But don't worry, we'll be giving some things away tonight. We might have a little bit of a shorter show this evening, because we're not all here. Things aren't going too.
What do you mean we're not all? Speak for yourself. Yeah. You're not all here.
Michael Jackman says, "How do you tint a cockpit canopy gold?" One way I don't know about gold. I'm trying.
Are you talking like a reflective gold, like a plating?
Reflective gold,
or just to tint it like yellowy gold, or
Zadstick says, to me, a clear yellow. What you could do, you can actually tint some. This is where, although we don't use it, this is where Humbrol Clear comes in quite well. You could tint some Humbrol Clear and then dip your canopy in that, and that should give it a tint. Certainly, that's what I did when I did the Oshkosh. I found a way. I did tint them one way by spraying them, but it didn't turn out too well. And after that, I found that you can actually dip them in a varnish with a coloured tint in it.
Can you do that with Pledge as well? Then can you tint Pledge and use that? Because that's good for dipping canopies, isn't it?
Yeah, you can dip canopy. I would probably think it'd give it the same effect. It's just that I at the time had some Humbrol Clear kicking around. So that's what I use for that.
Griff MJ has got some facts about whipping boys. I'm not sure if he's been Googling them or if he just happens to know. He says a whipping boy was supposedly a boy educated alongside a prince or boy monarch in the early modern Europe who received corporal punishment for the prince's transgressions in his presence. So
right.
you're actually just there to be punished because you can't whip the prints. So
right.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was one hell of a job, isn't it? What was a good rate of pay for that?
I expect you probably got something good for that. Yeah. Well, it's like being the official taster or whatever, and it's not going to be a long-term job. Yeah.
Sprinkler says, Ted, please say Osh Bosh again. Osh Bosh. Osh Bosh. Is that what I said? Did I say Osh Bosh? Osh Bosh. Well, it was Oshkosh. Yeah, Phil Kate said add some yellow to pledge and dip it. So, yeah, the pledge must work.
Yeah.
James Chapman says, what's the best or worst kit we've made? And would you make the worst kit again to make it better? I'm probably going to upset a few people here. One of the worst kits I built was an actual Revell car. It was before I knew a lot about building cars, and I really made a bit of a mess of it. Now, whether that was my fault or it was the kit, would I build it again? Now I know a bit more about building cars, I probably would build it again and do it properly. But that was the worst kit I had made because the screens didn't fit. It was a convertible. I think it was an Audi, a convertible Audi.
It just didn't fit together properly.
Uh-huh.
I keep hearing you getting emails and messages and things, but
yeah, since I've been trying to set everything up, all the emails that are sent, all the texts that are sent can't be delivered. So it's now telling me it can't be delivering them. Yeah, why does it keep telling me that?
Because you keep trying to send them lots.
Yeah.
With increasing degrees of panic.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I'll turn the bleeping off.
My best kit, I don't know about best kit. I've enjoyed building pretty much all the kits that I've built. I wouldn't say any of them have been. I mean, the worst kit for actual build was probably, again, the Revell shuttle. It had lots of work needed to do to make it even look vaguely presentable. But it was all good fun building it. So, I don't know. I think most kits are what you make of them. If you go in expecting it to be rubbish and hard work, then it's going to be hard work. Whereas if you enjoy building, which I assume most of us do, that's why we do it, then, you're going to enjoy it, whatever you have to do with it.
Yeah, I probably would go back and build that car again. I've got lots of other things to build at the moment, and people always say build a shiny car. And yeah, I've seen some of you guys that can produce shiny cars, and they're brilliant. And I'm a little bit envious of them, and wonder myself that if one day I could get back, do a nice polish on a car bodywork, and put it together properly. So yeah,
a lot of people, Tony Blackwell and someone else was saying that the Revell cars are not good, especially the US Reeboxes.
Yeah, it was just a lot of things. Just a lot of things didn't fit. It was a while ago. It was certainly a long time before I was doing this eModel stuff, and it just didn't fit. And particularly the windscreen didn't fit, and then the edging around the windscreen snapped. And in the end, it went in the bin. So.
I've not had a kit so bad that I've given up and thrown it away yet. But then again, I've not built as many. I've only been really back into building for 2 or 3 years. So
yeah, I don't think kits. I don't particularly throw kits away that I don't like. I tend to shelve them. They go on the back of the shelf, and then they'll sit there for a while till they get really dusty. Then they'll get moved somewhere else, and then eventually they'll just disappear.
Did you throw in a lot out when you moved?
Yeah. I must admit I did find some bits and pieces that I threw away. I did throw away an Airfix 148th Hurricane. That went away because I'd lost most of the parts. I thought, no, I'm never going to build it. So it just went away. Kept the decals. Never know when they'll come in handy. Philly says the recent Revell cars are pretty good generally. I think that whether they've improved, somebody else is boxing them, and they just put the Revell name to it. But yeah, I've seen some great finishes from some of you guys.
Merlin's Muse says my kit had a bad rear wheel that he had to reshape. I hope nothing else is messed up. Well, if the rear wheel's bad and the front wheel's okay, then hopefully you'd be all right with the rest of it.
Yeah, just position it on the shelf so nobody sees the back of it.
Or do it as a broken down crash.
Yeah.
Rear wheels all buckled and broken because, you know, if it's a motorbike, they don't go backwards really, do they? So that probably wouldn't work. Excuse me. My cough is mostly gone, but apologies if I cough on here and all over everybody. I don't think you can catch internet viruses from me, but we'll see.
All right. Get rid of that.
Have you been getting questions, Ted? Have people been
I'm just having a look. Yeah. I've got one question coming in.
One. We need more questions. So I'll send a question. It doesn't have to be model related.
Yeah.
Anything you like.
Yeah. If you send a question in and you want a sticker for the submission, just add your name and address to the bottom of it so we know where it is. We know who
we're sending them to. Yeah.
Yeah. Or otherwise you'll.
Oh, we got TK in modding in the chat.
TK. Well done.
Saying Ted looks out of place. Yeah. Well, Ted's in place. It's just in not the normal place you're used to seeing him, TK.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been in TK. Hope everything's going okay. I know you've been working hard and qualifying as a gardener. Congratulations to TK.
He's on holiday now, though, isn't he? He's got a week off.
Yeah, so he's on holiday. He's going to spend it in the garden. He tells me. Yeah, he's taking time off from his work, going on holiday, and he's going to spend it in the garden. Jamie Bourne said he's posted a photo on the eModels Facebook page. If we've any time to pop along, have a look, and any constructive criticisms would be helpful. So go on. Yeah, that reminds us, don't forget about the eModels gallery. If you go along to the eModels webpage, if you've got a model that you've recently finished and you want to submit it to the gallery, submit it to the gallery. Let folk have a look at it. Hopefully, it'll get reviewed. Is that the word? Get a 5-star review, and then it'll become eligible for our inclusion in our monthly kit giveaway.
Mr. Guru is in chat as well. He said, "Hello, everyone. Apologies, I can't be on telly with the guys tonight for personal reasons, but I'm hoping to be back next week as normal." And then he's put a strange little face that's not really smiling, but not frowning either. It's just sort of there,
squashed.
Yeah, a little bit squashed. I don't know about these Facebook icons; they're a bit strange.
Yeah.
So, as we said, Fox is around, just not really around. Yep.
Sandy One says, "Admit it, Fox, you're being held in the dungeons of Games Workshop." Really? Yeah, we still think that he's down, being inaugurated into the Stoke Boat Club.
I don't know. I'm starting to think that cupboard behind you looks like he might be in there.
Might
keep him in the cupboard.
There were one in the bedroom upstairs. It was a wardrobe. Now this is short. A slightly shorter wardrobe.
Zedster says all the emoticons on here are weird. I wonder if emoticons are sort of licensed if YouTube aren't allowed to use the normal ones. Strange. Anyway, Zedster says, "Hey Fox, thank you. Hope things get sorted." A lot of people saying hello to Fox now because there he was, but he might still be there. He might have gone. We'll find out later. Right, what we got?
So has anybody else in chat been building anything? Anything they'd like to discuss, bring up? Anything that's been on telly lately, apart from the football? We won't mention the football, unless you're from France. Well, we might mention football. So let us know what you've been up to this week.
Now, Fox says, "Thanks, guys. Can't be here for long. Just wanted to pop in." And then he's got a proper smiley face, I think, but a big grin. But, yep, so he's around. There was a question about brush painting.
Yeah, that was it was a bit further up. Somebody asked what was the best for brush painting.
So I saw it and thought I'll come back to that, and then the chat moved as it does. So it was George Flouter. What was the best brand of paint for hand painting as far as eliminating brush strokes goes? Basically, eliminating brush strokes, make sure your paint's thin enough. Thin coats is always going to be better than just slapping it on.
Yeah,
you end up with brush strokes if you're too thick. So
and use a correct size brush. Try and use the largest brush you can. obviously to get into all the nooks and crannies. And yeah, thin coats, brush it out, let it dry, let it settle, let the paint self-level. What paints are the best? People will say Tamiya is a good brush painting paint. Personally, I don't get along with it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't get along with it, but it was when I started painting a few years back, it was the only one I'd used previously, and I knew it. I got a load of them, and it was all right. They're not terrible, but there are better ones around. I drifted when I got the airbrush, drifted over to Vallejo Model Air, and they brush paint surprisingly well, and they're already quite thin because they're designed for airbrushing. So you can use those. If you put them on a wet palette, it thins them down just that little bit more, and they brush paint really nicely, most of them.
What I did find out about Tamiya was that if you brush painted them and then you came across and tried to do another coat, it reactivated the first one. Now, whether that was just me or something else.
Yeah, might not have left it long enough. That's the nice thing about this heat. Paint dries really quick. It's almost as soon as you finish the first coat, it's already dry. You can go back and do another one. George actually says, is it better to use the air ones for regular brush or regular for brushing? Either works. I say the air ones are already thinned down, so they're quite nice to brush on as long as you want it quite thin and you can build it up. If you do need a sort of heavier coat, then the regular non-air versions are going to be better for that. But
so we're just trying to work this camera out.
Pick the same one or the other, yes, and yes, both. Air's good, regular ones are good. So yeah, whatever takes your fancy, give it a try. Always have a go on an old kit, a test pig, or a loose bit of sprue, just to see how it's going to work with the plastic that you've got and the primer that you're using. But I'd say most paints will brush paint quite well if you thin them enough and work with it. Yeah, that's better. So you're nice and blurry.
I've gone out of focus.
Just like normal. Yeah, that's back to normal now.
Hang on a minute. Let's try that. How's that?
Yeah, that's better. Are you zoomed in a bit now as well, or is that?
Yeah. Hopefully that's sorted that out. But yeah, that last week it wasn't working.
And then zoom back out and zoom in.
There it is. Yeah.
Is it just as Foxx, isn't it? You've got to play with the zoom. Someone has to. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it in the context?
What is MLT? If you mix some MLT with it,
I don't know.
MLT, somewhat thinners.
I know what BLT is, but that's different. You can't mix paint with that.
Remember, thin coats, less than 3 and more than 1.
Yep.
Mr. Hobby leveling thinners, that's it.
Right, yep.
That's it. Yeah, Mr. Hobby leveling thinners. I keep looking behind me, thinking I've got a workbench behind me. I haven't.
Sprugo Addict says, question, what do you think of Hataka paints? I don't know, I've never used them. Sorry.
I haven't used them either. I have seen them being used. I have seen the eModels sell them. In fact, I think that's one of the paint kits they're actually giving away over on Facebook. I've heard good reports about them, and they actually do paint sets for a particular type or model or era or something that you're building. So well worth a good look at. Unless anybody else on here has used Hataka paints. And I think they're good value for money as well from the prices I see.
Yeah, living thinners. Red Len uses ISO with Tamiya.
We've still only got one question for tonight. We need another question at least for a mug giveaway, otherwise we'll have to think of something up.
That's not fun.
Yeah, we'll be giving the what was it that we were giving away last week as well in the kit giveaway?
Last week we were giving away a 1-to-1 scale kit.
1-to-1 scale nose, wasn't it?
It was a nose and face, and yeah.
Did you sort anything out for this week as well?
I haven't found something to give away this week. No, I was going to talk to you about it, and then we had all the issues, so we didn't actually get anything. But
We'll find something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out before.
Yeah, we might do something a little bit more serious this week.
Yeah.
So
it was going to be more serious this week.
Yeah,
well, due to Foxx not being here and Ted being indisposed earlier on, I've done the what's in store this week. So don't run away. It's fine. There are no body parts at all.
Yeah, I tell you what we could do then. We could leave this week's prize as a surprise.
Surprise model making.
And we will announce it next week what the winner has won.
Yeah, that will stop you not entering because you didn't want to win it, wouldn't
it? You have won this prize. Yeah, you have won this prize whether you want it or not.
But we will guarantee that it will be a more serious model making kit this time. We've had fun with feet and half horses and stuff, so we got rid of Foxx for the week, so we're going more serious this week and grown up.
Fun with feet. It sounds like something off of Big Bang, doesn't it? Fun with
that's a completely different YouTube channel. We won't go to that one.
Fun with feet.
Right, I'm just going to see what's what. There's a couple of other messages come up, but not much.
Well, we do have another question that's coming, but Foxx has sent it in, so yeah, he could win a sticker. Yeah.
Has he got a sticker already? I think.
Well, he didn't.
Another sticker.
Yeah. He didn't include his address, so won't be able to send him a sticker.
He obviously doesn't want a sticker then.
Yeah.
You'll have to decide which one's best for the mug and which one's best for the sticker then. So
yeah.
You decide which is which.
Yeah.
Right. Did you want to drift over to what's in store while we're here, while we've been talking about it?
Yeah, we might as well. Just
a little earlier than normal, but there's only two of us, so we're only going to be two.
Yeah, and plus we'll try and cram everything in as soon as we can while the internet's lasting. Yeah, right. I need to lock it on you then, don't I?
I shall try and figure out how to share it. I've got lots of windows open with different things, so there we go. That's the one. Okay, right. I'm ready, and there we go. We should be sharing the what's in store. Although I need to open that window, don't I? Because I can't move my mouse around on the picture of the window. It doesn't work like that. Right, I've picked out some things. I thought because we're missing a Foxx, we'd have some Foxx. So we've got the Nova Foxx, the Tamiya 1/10 radio controlled kit.
Yeah, folks must remember that eModels don't just do plastic kits, but they are a radio control specialist as well. Not just cars, but aircraft, boats, helicopters, drones. The guys in there, I think is it Gav that's the radio control expert? I can't remember which one.
I can't remember.
Certainly the guys in there, if you've got any questions about radio control or anything, are well worth talking to about your needs or requirements, and they'll guide you in the right direction. No, they won't sell you the most expensive kit. You can ask them what's good for the money. I've got this much. What can I spend it on? And the guys will tell you. Yeah, but
I think me and Foxx were talking about the radio controlled kits the other week. I think it was on this stream. It might have been elsewhere, but we both had similar sort of kits to this in the past when we were younger, and they're great fun. I'm sure they used to be a lot more expensive than this as well. But yeah, the battery's sold separately, so you might need to buy a battery for it, and the receiver and the radio control stuff. But usually, kit itself is great fun.
Yeah, as well we said, usually if you're looking to buy this sort of kit, sometimes you've already got the stuff from other kits that you've had. The parts are interchangeable, and electric buggies, are a lot easier to work and maintain on than petrol.
Buggies, definitely.
Yeah, a lot cleaner as well. I know that my son, when he was a few years younger, had a petrol set. Race car type, and it was really messy and things, but the electric ones straight out of the box, plug it in, ready to go.
I'm pretty sure the batteries will last longer now than they used to when I was a kid as well. So.
And they're quick to change as well. Just keep one on charge, keep a couple in your box, maybe a fast charger in the car, your own car, put it on fast charge, race around the track with a buggy, straight in, pit stop, change your battery, ready to go again.
Yeah, Scale Model Vamp says a nice kit that he's got one. Also got the old one. So yeah, they're all good to go. Right, so we've had some Foxx. So next up we've got the Wolf.
The Wolf.
Terrieri 1/24 TGX XXL Wolf. Just a cab for a nice sized Wolf transporter.
I like these. You can spot them going down the road. Not this particular one, but you see more and more trucks, especially if you do a lot of motorway driving. A lot of the guys out there now, especially the private drivers, are really sort of getting into this decorating the cabs, great artwork and things like that.
Yeah, and the artwork on the side of this is quite impressive. I can't get it any bigger than that. I don't think one of the other pictures might be, but it's got a nice painting on the side of it.
Yeah, it looks like some Arctic wolves, doesn't it? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So nice big decals to put on the side of there.
Yeah, certainly some work going into the trucks these days. And once again, with the Italieri stuff, I know that they do sell the trailers as well. So if you want to make a full rig and not just the cab, you could do that.
Mix and match, put on another different trailer on the back of it, or.
As that says, Wolf Transporter, not Foxx Transporter.
No.
Okay. Excellent.
Right. Next up, we have Hobbyos Russian MiG, the Foxx Hound.
Foxx Hound.
148, so it's quite a decent size as well.
Yep.
Nice looking plane as well. I like that.
Nice sleek lines. A little bit Jaguar-esque, apart from the twin tails. The front, it looks like a mixture between the Jaguar and the American F-15 type thing, doesn't it?
TCAT like this has got hundreds of decals by the looks of it.
That's if TK, you're still in. You're watching this. Lots of decals in this one.
Yeah, look at all them.
Yeah, you get yourself along to eModels.
That'll be lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox is still. He says Wolfie truck approved. So yeah. Nice.
Johnny Blackwell says he does fancy building a truck. There are lots of truck kits out there. Truck appreciation as such is really quite big, really. I know we've got here in the UK, we've got the Stobart spotters and things like that.
We've got a photo in there as well.
Yeah. Just going back to the trucks, but there's certainly a niche. There's certainly a good group of guys out there that are building trucks as they're following. Yeah.
As ever with these, we don't know how many they've got. So if you do want one, if you are after that truck, then remember to slap it in your basket and check it out.
Remember the things we show on the What's in Store, we just pick them out at random. Usually a couple of minutes before we go on air, we know that when we picked them, they are in stock. We don't know how many they've got. We don't know how many they're on the shelves. So if you see anything you like, you want to slap it in your basket because it might not be there for very long. But remember, it's not yours until you check it out. So you could hold it in your basket, maybe go away, come back the next day, and you'll find it's gone. It's out of stock. Unfortunately, you've got to check it, grab it while you can. James Chapman says, for all the truck fans out there, there's a truck fest in Peterborough. So if you're in the area, fancies looking at some trucks.
Griff MJ says that this plane itself was a copy of the Tornado, apparently. So that's why it looks like one.
Oh, right. There was one.
Copied it. Fox does say he's got about 5 or 10 minutes before he has to go. If anyone has any questions for him, then obviously let him know in the chat. He's still around in the chat for 5 or 10 minutes. So wish him well before he goes. But and Sergeant Bone says, Fox, what's the airspeed of a Swallow? To which Fox obviously replies, laden or unladen? Really European. Right, on to the next thing. That was another Fox. So we've got back to the Wolf. We've got Vallejo Wolf Grey.
Oh.
It's the game colour, so it's not thin for airbrushes, but ideal for brush painting, or you can thin it for your airbrush.
I know the Fox uses these game colours quite a lot, and he does equate them to the Citadels. There's quite a vast array of weird and wonderful colours about them. I think they're sort of they're obviously game colour. They're designed for sort of tabletop gaming, that sort of thing. They've got the nice varieties of colours. So not much to talk about that. So I'll go on to the next one. Next up, we've got another Fox. Is that how you see it?
It's an I don't know. I'm not going to say how I think it should be said because we'll get taken off here. It's the A4.
Yeah, it's an A4 TPZ1.
It's only 1/72 scale, so it's quite small, but it's £9. You can't go far wrong for £9, can you?
Yeah, 1/72. Yeah, a nice little quick build, paint up, tabletop gaming, something like that, or maybe set it to a diorama. Yeah, it's. I know Revell being a German company, they do like their German type vehicles. No, I don't know.
Briefly back to the paint. Foxx does actually say Wolf Grey is a good colour. It's a Vallejo version of Citadel's Fenrisian Grey, and it smells like lavender. There you go. These are the things that we don't know about. That if Foxx wasn't here to tell us, we wouldn't know.
Maybe he just took it off the shelf, had a sniff, and now he can report it.
Could be true. Yeah, we can keep an eye on him when he was wandering the shelves at eModels.
Zadza said it looks a bit like an Alvis Stalwart. That does a little bit. Yeah, if it didn't have the covered in top, if it was an open back, yeah, it wouldn't be too far from a Stalwart. They were great trucks then. Unfortunately, I don't see many kits of the Stalwart. A nice looking truck. Certainly something if you're building a Chieftain tank. Get a 1/32 Stalwart alongside it, full of jerry cans. Loading up and fueling up a Chieftain tank would be a fantastic little diorama. I've never seen I do know of a rather expensive kit for it, but I've not seen any bigger than 1/72 scale kits, unless anybody out there knows of 1/35 scale Stalwart.
Well, Foxx says he's got the 1/35 one of these to build. It will be painted pink and adorned with Hello Kitty decals, apparently. Just because you can.
Tony Blackwell says Fuchs translates to Fox.
Oh, there you go. I thought it did. That's why I picked it. And the last one I picked out this week is, once again, I don't know what it's got to do with Foxx, but it's in the title. It's the Polish Field Artillery 17 Foxx. I don't know. I couldn't see a fox in the picture at all. I don't know if they might be wearing a fox skin hat or something, but it's... I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was interesting to put in anyway, because it's plastic model figures and artillery.
Yeah, why not? If there's a link to Foxx,
yeah, there's a link to Foxx, even if it was a mistake by putting it in the title, but you know, it's there.
Yeah, so remember, that's been the What's in Store Tonight, presented to you by Chris.
Yes.
Yeah. So remember, we don't know how many are in stock. If you like what you've seen, slap it in your basket, but don't forget to check out. Yeah, there we go.
I shall turn that off again, so it's just me back again. Hello.
Right, I'll unlock it from you. Yeah.
Sergeant Bone says the cannon is a Foxx. Okay.
Chris Balchin, I'm picking. Chris, question: appeal for help on his first model built in decades. He's lost two tiny pieces to the dreaded carpet monster.
Yeah. What do they look like? Do you mean the pieces or the carpet monsters? Nobody's ever seen a carpet monster in the wild, so we don't know what they look like.
Yeah. What parts have you lost, Chris? He's lost it to the dreaded carpet monster.
Will I get my parts back? Yes, you'll get your parts back, and they'll be in a place in the house that you've not been to for months. You'll lose them in the bedroom, and you'll find them in the garage or something in 6 months' time. And yeah, I don't understand it, but you'll turn up eventually. Might be in 20 years, but they'll turn up.
Yeah, usually when you finish the model or you've happily scratch built some new ones, just as you're about to finish scratch building the new one, the old one will turn up.
Scale Model Vamp says, don't check out or do. If you put something in your basket and you want to buy it, yeah, check it out. Because otherwise someone might steal it out your basket and check it out sooner. So, yeah. Go do that.
Mountaineer Modeler says those two guys were pretty fancy fellas shooting a cannon. They were a bit dressed up for shooting a cannon.
That's how everybody dressed back then. Right, Spitter Q8 pops in. He says, woohoo, panic, not everyone. I'm in for a bit.
Yeah.
What bit you're in for? I'm not sure. Actually, that might be Foxx might be going and Spoon's come in. So have you ever seen them both in the same room at the same time?
Tony Blackwell's come up for the tip of trying to find your bits lost of the carpet monster. It was using a bright torch at floor level. Sometimes that works, but then you just find all the other millions of parts that are already on the carpet. Yeah, the lost part sometimes casts a shadow, makes it look a little bit, stand out a little bit. Can be one way of working. Another way is to put a stocking over the end of a Hoover pipe and try sucking up that way. Alan at Northwest Model says no Foxx. No, there's no Foxx tonight. He's otherwise engaged doing some other stuff, but he will join in next week.
He's in the chat briefly, but he's going to have to be leaving there very soon.
He's in and out. He can't join us live, unfortunately, this evening. So we're having a bit of a shorter show this evening and just rabbiting about nonsense.
Spit says my son is vegging after a Rustler's rib burger. They're quite nice. I like them. Watching some nonsense on his YouTube, so he thought he'd watch his nonsense. That's us.
Yeah. It's some of the stuff these kids watch.
Ray from Malta is in as well. Hi, Ray. Excuse me. All right. The chat's still going. Any more questions come in? Just them two.
Right, just try to find stuff.
Tony Blackwell says use a hand vacuum after you've emptied the bag. Yeah, if you're going to go around looking for parts, empty the bag first. Because if you do, even if you put stockings over the end and suck it up, it's going to tear through it, and then you have to rummage through a week's worth of Hoover bag. So you might as well empty the bag first. You know you should have emptied it already. It's overdue.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find all the other parts that you lost many years ago, but you could probably build a new kit. Probably build a complete kit out of all the parts that the carpet monsters had.
Yeah, Scale Model Vamp says hand sweep the carpet, it usually jumps up. Yeah, work your way back gently and check all your folds of your clothes before you get up. Big surprise there, you can carry them all around the place, but yeah. Michael Jackman says, hey, knock at the door. We know what that is.
Yeah, not on my door though. Not yet.
No.
Yeah, we're still waiting for you guys. Yeah, the pizzas to turn up.
I think they sent them to your old house. You probably got a big stack of them outside the door of your old house.
Right. Speedy Q said, "Do you hesitate your stockings off before putting the Hoover hose in?" Could be fun if you didn't.
Yeah. Right. James Chapman says, question. Have a Revel Ferrari 599 GTO missing a headlight part of the sprue. Contacted Revel, but they can't replace the part due to it being discontinued. Do you have any way of getting it replaced? I don't know. If the manufacturers haven't got one, then finding somebody that's got the kit. But if they're going to...
I know, James, you said you don't do Facebook, but this is one of the things where Facebook sometimes comes in useful because you can find people in like-minded groups, car builders, anything like that. You can go along and ask them. Just post something up on Facebook. But if you haven't got one, another way to do it is maybe have a look on eBay. Maybe you could find the kit, somebody selling a kit or even part of a kit. Sometimes they're older battered boxes. You might find it that way. Or just hold out, keep the kit and hold on until it turns.
Making a headlight part is going to be almost impossible, isn't it? You can make clear parts. It's going to be tricky to manufacture yourself.
Yeah. Does it say it's the clear part itself?
It doesn't say headlight part, but
another way is try and mold one. Mold one out of resin or anything like that, using the other side as a template. Just depends which way around it fits.
The worst comes to the worst, you can always make a diorama of it crashed into a tree.
Just put a jacket over it or something so it covers that.
Yeah, dust cover. Yeah. Excuse me. Northwest Modeler has a question. How to create realistic rust on a model barricade? I'm assuming it's going to be a metal barricade rather than a cement one, because a cement one wouldn't rust.
Yeah, well, also, although some cement ones do because of the reinforcing bars inside them. Sometimes the rust does leak through.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
And chips off the concrete and rust through like that. Lots of techniques for doing that, such as the paint chipping techniques, the hairspray sort of type effects. Do it that way, and then once you've got the rust chipped through the original paint, try some streaking grime and other things like that. Goat washes. Just really build it up as you would do on a tank or anything like, or any other metallic type objects. But put your base coat down. Put your primer down. Put a rust coloured paint on next, followed by your base coat, and then chip the base coat off. And then after that is just follow on with some rust streaks, things like that. Depends how much you want to go down.
As TK says, pigments as well. They're always good for rusting.
Yeah, pigment. Yeah, depending on what scale it is, the larger, the bigger the object, the better you can do it with pigments. You can get actually textures rather than just giving the impression of colours. You can get some textures in it with the pigments and things like that. Yeah, it really works.
Yeah. Back to the missing part. Tony Blackwell says, I once cast a new wheel for a tank and found the missing bit years later. So, yeah, they will turn up eventually. And Chris says, thanks, guys. I've already started scratch building new ones. It's the new fuel filler cap and a new turret-mounted hook. So he tried a torch, bent and snapped a toe. Drawing, modelling is dangerous. Yeah, snapping your toe doesn't sound good. I'd call that as a lost part and not bother looking anymore. As soon as you snap your toe trying to look for it, call it a day.
Lukey 403 said he's waiting for the next trumpeter U-boat part. Yeah, it will be long as soon as I can get somewhere to build it. It'll be along, and I'll post some things up for it. He said the kit's giving him a big headache. Greetings, Hans. Hans, if you do have any problems, drop me an email, ted@emodels.co.uk. Let me know where you're up to, what you're having a problem with, and I'll try and help you out with it. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do at the moment. It's going to take a little bit longer to get the U-boat series build going again until I get somewhere properly.
eModels, where you can get the personal service.
Yeah. So, ted@emodels.co.uk.
I did notice a few minutes ago that Foxx has got to go. He says he's got to go. Hopefully, all being well, I'll be back next week. Thanks for the kind thoughts and comments you've sent me on here and on the Facebooks. Be nice to these two. And remember, slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket, but don't forget to check it out.
Check it out as well, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for having me in, Foxx. And we shall see you next week, no doubt. All the best, as everybody's been saying afterwards. Bye, Foxx. Later, Foxx. Later. Bye. Thank you. All the best. Right.
James Chapman said it's an inside chrome part. I take it with the headlight, which is opposite to the other side. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Not so bad as a clear part, but because you can re-chrome things with.
There's plenty of stuff out there to re-chrome them. That's not going to be the problem. Scale model of amps says stick 4 works for light buckets. Yeah. There's lots of options. Don't give up on it. Somebody said that's the joys of modelling, working your way around a problem. Yeah.
Spid says he once saw an apron attached to the table so it creates a catch area and thought that's good. Then I thought I'd probably forget, stand up and upend the table.
Yeah. Do you use something like that at work, Chris?
Or similar. What I've actually got at work is basically a tea towel attached to the bench that when I sit down, I drape it up across my lap. So I can get up and go away and not pull the bench with me. But anything that's dropped is just there in front of me and you can pick it up. So, yeah it's a similar technique, but without having to worry about putting things away with you.
Oh, cool idea. So, for folks that don't know, Chris is a chronologist. Is that right? Is that the right
that's
word?
Not right. So, horologist is the term.
Horologist. What's a chronologist then?
That's just the thing you've made up.
It's just a word I made up. I must have a word with you about. I need a nice ticking clock for this room. A nice mantle clock that ticks. You know the wind up ones, not an electronic tick.
Spid says my rockety tube is growing taller. I don't think it's any taller than it was last week. I did the silver bit last week, didn't I? Have I done the silver bit on the top?
No, I can't remember. Let's have another look.
I think I built it, but I don't think I'd published my video yet, which is around now. But this is it so far. It's yeah, too big to fit on screen now. There you go. That's the.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to work. But yeah, it all comes apart into its component bits. The top bit comes off there as well. So yeah, it's getting there. The fun bit's going to be painting. I've got to do all the, well, I've got the last bit to do on the top, the pointy bit. And then I've got to mask it all off and put the black lines all over it, which is going to be great fun.
So have you done anything, you won't have done anything on it from last week if it's been too hot? Not even the pod at the top?
No, that's the next bit to do is I've got the bits, all the remaining bits of the kit are in there.
No, not many left.
There's not much left, and most of that's the lunar lander bit. But there's basically what we got. Those bits to go on the very top.
Now, isn't that supposed to be the escape rocket or something?
There's that bit is the landing, the bit that actually comes down to Earth, the little conical bit, and then that antenna or whatever goes on the top. I'm not sure exactly what all of it is, but yeah, so that will be done soon, hopefully in the next week or so, although life's getting in the way at the moment. I've got other things to do, so when I get around to it, that will be done. And then, so once it's all built, masking it all off and painting, it's going to be the fun bit. Osric 9000 says a chronologist would be a time traveller.
Would it?
Yeah, probably about right, yeah.
Johnny Blackwell said ticking clocks drive him nuts. And I don't know about you, but I find them quite relaxing, especially when you're sitting in the house. TV's not on, the radio's not on, just a clock ticking away in the background as you're reading the book or you're reading the newspaper, having your breakfast. Quite relaxing. Yeah,
watching clock repair has always been a family business, so I've grown up in a house that's always had clocks ticking quite a lot, and you don't notice them. After a little while, you really don't notice them going off. Even striking and chiming on the quarter hours and things, your brain just turns them off and doesn't notice until, I mean, in the shop, obviously we've got them going off, and people come in at 12 o'clock and they all go mental at once. A bit like, don't that drive you crazy? It's like, I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it, and now I'm going to notice it for the next 3 hours. Yeah, your brain adapts and gets rid of background noises to a surprising degree. And Spid says, Chris, you could be the new Doctor Who. I'm not a girl. Doctor Who's a girl now, isn't it? So,
has it happened then? Has Doctor Who become a girl?
Doctor Who's become a lady at the end of the last thing. There was a teaser trailer announced the weekend with like a 30-second thing just with her at the end, but it looks like it could be interesting. I'm going to give it a watch. I always liked Doctor Who.
Now then, we could pose the question here of, should Doctor Who have become a girl? Should Doctor Who be female or should it remain male? I appreciate equality, things like that, or is it just a matter of the BBC trying to be PC?
I think to some degree, yes. I mean, lots of more recent films and series and things have recast traditional male characters as females. But I don't have a problem with it. I think it's an interesting way to go. There's been, what, 13, 14 Doctors now? So it's about time.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a bit of a traditionalist. Like, will it be Mrs. Bond next instead of James Bond? Will it be Jeanette Bond?
Jane Bond, yeah.
Jane Bond, yeah. Would that work? Would it be the same sort of attraction to it?
Zadster says it depends totally on how good the scripts are. Yep. And Simon D says no. However, the Master swapped to a woman. Yeah, that was a few years back. The Master was always a bloke, and that became a woman, and that worked quite well. Tony Blackwell says, sure, why not?
As long as they don't do another romance. Well, yeah. So would Doctor Who's assistant then? It always used to be the sort of opposite role, didn't it?
It's been male and female, so it doesn't. Speed says, I think it could be cool. I know lots of people grumbled about the renewed one with Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, people will moan about everything, won't they?
No, I won't. Oh, we'll see how it goes. I haven't watched it for many, many years. I really should watch it and catch up.
Chris Baldwin says, should Wonder Woman become Wonder Man? Would the costume still fit?
Yeah. After a redesign of the costume, now Wonder Man and Spider Woman. Oh, is there a Spider Woman? There's a Batwoman, isn't there?
Don't know. Not in the films, but there probably is in the comics, I should think. Phil Kett says, talking to Doctor Who, does anyone know of a Dalek kit that doesn't cost an arm and a leg? The old 60s kits are insane now, and the Sevens one is off the chart. I don't know about the Sevens one. I don't know. The Daleks are still a thing in New Who, so I'm sure at some point they'll be reissuing kits for them, but don't know. I don't know if eModels have any in stock. If they do, they won't be silly overpriced. But
I can't actually remember ever seeing a Dalek kit. I'm sure they're out there. Dalek diecasts and things like that. I can't recall seeing a Dalek plastic kit. James Chapman says Airfix do Daleks in Manhattan kit. I'll have to look at that one. Yeah, that's the only thing I really remember about the Doctor Who is the Daleks. I think it's always it will always remain so, won't it? Doctor Who and the Daleks.
Yeah, the biggest baddie that could be defeated by 3 stairs. Paul D. Tommaso says there already is a Wonder Man. Is there? Okay.
Oh, well.
Too late then. There can't be another Wonder Man. Michael Jackman says they've already broke the rules. He's not supposed to be able to regenerate more than 12 times. There was a story twist in there somewhere that they reset it, or he could regenerate 12 more times. There was some way of making it work. I don't know if it's all made up after the fact, obviously, but
Griff MJ said he's just tucking into a nice G&T with ice. Oh, that'd be right. Yeah, I think I'll be after tonight's shenanigans. I should have to have a G&T later than my.
Not yet, though. Not yet. You haven't got one in there, have you?
No, just council pop.
Yeah, Zazda says about the kits. The Airfix ones aren't perfect, but they're quite big and adaptable.
Yeah, remember there's a challenge there for somebody. Take on the Airfix kit and do it up. Somebody says about what we said before about is there any bad kits that you could make better? Yeah, maybe that's a good one.
Yeah, James Model Zone says, have you not seen my 1-to-1 Davros, Ted? I've seen some pictures of that. That's quite impressive. It's, life-size, sort of half Dalek, because Davros only got the bottom half Dalek, hasn't he?
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, we'll have a crack after Chris, and you tell me where I can find that one. GB, tell us where it is, and other guys can go and have a look at it as well.
Speed says, my cousin has a full-size Dalek, which I could probably persuade him to sell as he's moving to Spain soon. Yeah, where would you put it? That's the thing. I've got enough trouble finding places for my 144 kits, let alone a full-size Dalek.
Full-size Dalek, yeah. I always remember as a kid being in hospital. I was really a small kid, and all I can remember about being in hospital, I have no idea what I was in there for, was some parents had bought the child a Dalek. And the only thing I can recall is this Dalek going up and down the ward with this little kid inside it. That's the only memory of the Dalek kit being in a hospital as a child that I have. But obviously at that time, Daleks were quite the thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a radio controlled one that was like, sort of tiny, but I don't know. It was one of these basic radio controlled ones that had 2 buttons on the remote. It was like go forward or go backwards and left. So if you wanted to turn right, you had to go left a lot. And then you could go off in a different direction. Right. Nothing else happening in chat. Any more questions or anything?
Yeah, if there's no more questions, you might as well do a giveaway.
Oh yeah. What are we going to do first? What you got? You got 2 questions there, haven't you?
I've got one from Foxx, and I've got one from Photomorph.
What's the best one?
I think we'll do the sticker one first.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where my stickers are at the moment. I do have them. I will find suddenly. Yeah, it'd be like those lost parts that we're on about. They'll suddenly turn up.
5,000 stickers in 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are around somewhere. Anyway, tonight's question for a sticker.
Before we do the question, we should tell people to refresh the thingy and make sure we're live. And if there's a live button down there, click on that. If not, drag the thing all the way to the right to make sure you're up to date.
Yeah, have a refresh. Yeah, I haven't got one of them. Yeah, I need to do that myself. Yeah, have a refresh.
Don't press any buttons. No.
Yeah, I'll try not to press any buttons.
And don't answer yet, because the Dunkelgelb is never the answer. I don't know why everyone keeps answering Dunkelgelb. Yeah. We're never going to ask a question to which Dunkelgelb is the answer, unless one of you send it in, and that's cheating.
Yeah, what colour is Dunkelgelb? Michael Jackman said it's okay, people. He's not taking part. Oh, well. Yeah, remember, if you want a sticker, you're quite welcome to take part, whether or not you have one before. If you don't want a sticker and you do know the answer, please don't type the answer in. Let somebody else have the opportunity to answer and win a sticker themselves. But you can have as many stickers as you want.
Yeah, we're confused enough tonight, let alone people saying, actually, give it to the next person. That doesn't work for us.
We're
very simple people.
It's very nice of you. But it's a lot easier just to let the question roll a little bit, let somebody come up with the answer, and they can win a sticker themselves directly without any prompting. But yeah, as I say, if you have won a sticker and you want another one, you're more than welcome to have a go. If you want a sticker but you don't want to answer any questions, you could send a question in, and then if you include your name and address, we'll send a sticker out to you as well. Speedy Q says, question for Ted. What is the answer to the question they'll never ask? Anyway, tonight's question. Hopefully everybody's refreshed by now. And this week I do have the answer, and I can see the chat. So, I don't have to tell Chris. And the question tonight from Photomorph, who hasn't sent me his address. Now the question is, it's about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis. And he asks the question tonight, how many survivors were there left from the sinking of the USS Indianapolis? And go. So it's a numerical question, numerical answer. So you can either guess or you can Google it.
It could be a while if they're just guessing, though, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be. But I'm sure somebody. Well, it's one of these questions that there we go. Dan Ducks Bobbington's already got it.
316. If that was a guess, that's very impressive.
That's very impressive. Yeah. Straight away. But Dan Ducks Bobbington. Yep. Send me your address to Ted at what's my address? Ted at eModels.co.uk. And we'll send you a sticker. So yeah, everybody else was pretty. Yeah, James and Jimmy were just one out.
Yeah, as ever, we don't fact check the answers. So if 316 is the answer that we were given, then that's the one we're going to go with.
Yeah, that's what I've got here.
601, as many of them just said. But no, we're going to go with 316, and well done. Kenneth's just going to keep going up from 600.
You in a moment. Yeah, there we go. Right, so the next question will be for a mug. Jamie Bourne said it was actually 317, but I'm not disagreeing with you there, Jamie. It's just the answer that we go with from a person providing.
One of them might not have made it all the way back, maybe.
Yeah, we don't do any research because we're too lazy. But we'll go with the answer that the poser gives to us. And also, what about questions and things like that? Shout outs. If anybody's got a birthday, anniversary, bar mitzvah, anything coming up and you want to shout out, you want to mention or hear them, your significant other, hear the name mentioned on the live stream, send it in, ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yep. As ever, Dembuck Bogginson and whoever wins the mug, send your details to ted@emodels.co.uk. Don't forget to tell him what you won, because otherwise he gets confused.
And just at the final post here, we've got a question that's just come in that we could use for the mug giveaway from Chris Balchin.
So right. We won't use Fox's question then.
I'm losing my sound.
It's only me, isn't it? Don't worry about me. I'll just keep quiet. And you won't have to worry about me talking.
Sorry, everybody it seems like everybody's just lagging on my computer at the moment. Right, for the mug giveaway. Second generation mugs with a new logo on the bottom. Not the old mug, not the old mugs.
Improved, even better than before.
New improved second generation mugs. You can win a mug. If you've got one of the old ones, we'll get one of the new ones. Same rules apply. If you've got a mug and you want another one, answer the question. If you don't want a mug, let somebody else answer. So here we go. Here we go for the mug giveaway. Right. Chris Balchin says, de Gaulle gave 1,000 medals to resistance heroes, but how many were women? How many medals did he award to women from resistance? Go. Once again, another numerical answer. So you can either guess, but this is according to the Telegraph. That's where he got the answer from. De Gaulle gave 1,000 medals to resistance heroes. How many of them were women?
We've got a couple of answers. We've got 200, 28, 22, 50, 12. Nobody's there yet. Michael Jackman says don't know. So technically he's correct, but that's not the correct answer. It's just
Griff MJ. Griff MJ, according to the Telegraph, he gave 6 medals to women.
And TK was close with 5, but not close enough.
Close, yes. Never mind. Yep. So Griff MJ, send me your address to ted@emodels.co.uk and we'll get you a mug sent out from the guys at eModels.
Yeah.
Yes, well done. And Chris as well, send me your address, Chris, and we'll get a sticker sent out. Thank you very much. Right, what else we've got to do?
What else we've got to do? We've got the giveaway from last week.
Yeah, we'll do the giveaway, and then we'll decide what we're going to do about next week's giveaway. Yeah. As we will have a prize to give away yet.
Right. I did have somewhere. There we go. Right. Yeah. Okay. If you want to lock on me, we've got the prize from last week. Yeah. We are giving away.
Yeah. A bit of fun from last week is the Lindbergh 1-to-1 nose and mouth kit. I picked this giveaway because I thought, Fox and Chris are not going to beat me by their weird and wonderful giveaways. So, you can win this week the nose and mouth in a 1-to-1 scale, and there may be a finger to go along with it. There might be somewhere.
I don't know if there's a finger. I think that you're just making stuff up now, aren't you? Yeah. So now this is hopefully going to work, but you never know because I've not done this before. As Fox normally does this, and he's not here. This is the fun bit. This is the YouTube random comment picker for randomly picking comments randomly, as he says. I have loaded up the video from last week, which was the 9th of the 7th. It was. Yes, it was. I've got the right week. Good. That's always nice.
What was it? Yeah, I think we asked last week. What?
It was about doctors, wasn't it?
Was it Doctor
Joke or any other comment randomly like that? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you can see that. I got the actual window open, so
it works. Yeah, we can see that. Just at the top, it says "Start now."
It does, but I don't click that. I click this "Pick the winner" button.
Pick the winner.
So I'm going to click the "Pick the winner" button, and we'll see what it picks. So hopefully, it doesn't all fall down and break. So we can see what happens. The winner is Fracture 42. who said, Doctor, I have a lettuce sticking out of my bum. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Fracture 42. Well done. That's you, the winner for the 1-to-1 scale nose. Yep. So you can impress your friends when that arrives.
Build it.
You impress your friends when it arrives. Build it. Put it on the dining room table, and impress them and use it as a over the dinner talking point.
Yeah, I'm sure Foxx uses a slightly different picker because he's more flashy and moving things, isn't it? That was a bit anticlimactic, just clicking it and it just showed the name. But there we go.
Yeah, we'd have thought it'd tumble some balls.
I want more panache. I'll have to contact Foxx during the week and find out what his random comment picker randomness is to make sure we get it correct next time.
Yeah. So as for next week's, we haven't chose a prize because we were so busy trying to get the stream started this week that we didn't choose a prize. However, we will choose something a little bit more sensible for the next week's prize. We'll let you know where it is next week. So you take a chance and enter or not.
It's free. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, what's worse?
Phil Kett does say, he just wants to say the video currently says there's 15 comments. Yeah, but some of them are going to be duplicate. I did notice that looking through, there's a couple of people who commented a couple of times answering correct things. So I think it goes to unique entries rather than anything else. And Sergeant Bone says, thank God I didn't win.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. There's no sending it back. Once we send it out, you can't send it back. You got to build it. Terms and conditions of winning an eModels prize is you got to build it, and you got to feature it on the eModels gallery. Yeah. And
Zedster does say, "Lol, fracture." Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's a convenient winning name for doing a bone kit.
Could it be a doctor? You can always build it and donate it to your hospital ENT department. For people to point at and say this is where the problem is.
Yeah. Chris Smith says, evening all. Finally made it to the live show after 3 weeks off. Evening, Chris. Welcome. We're still here. We're not here for much longer, but we're still here at the moment. So you can always rewind and watch the beginning when we finish the end.
Yeah. So what we're going to do for this week's giveaway, right? It's going to be one of them. It's going to be a prize next week, which we haven't decided yet, but it will be a prize well worth winning. And not something simple like a foot or half a horse. So you could take a chance. You can enter or not. James Chapman says, "Whoever wins this week, do we get to choose what kit we would like?" Yeah, you can choose Dora. Yeah, you could choose Dora.
No, they haven't got any Dora. We saw it being taken away.
Yeah. So what do you want to, right? What we need to do is to make a comment under this week's video.
Yeah, leave it 10 minutes till after the stream's finished, then it'll appear as a normal comment thing. Make sure you get the right week.
Yeah, that's it. It's the one about somebody doing a rain dance. Titled Rain Dance this week, isn't it?
Yep.
Somebody needs to do a rain dance. Yeah, somebody has been doing a rain dance because he's chucking it down. Comment underneath what you would like to win. How about that? What kit? Now then, you have to put the kit number. So to comment, you first of all have to go to the eModels website, have a look at the kit you'd like to win, and then put the item number underneath the video.
We're not guaranteeing that is the kit you will win.
Yeah, we're not guaranteeing that's the kit. Yeah, that's only what you'd like to win. You know, that could be that's on your bucket list. It's not the kit you're going to win. You get me? It might be, but it might not be. Yeah, I think does that confuse people enough?
Yeah, I think that's nice and confusing. That's worked, yeah. So when this video is an actual video instead of being a live stream, find it on the YouTube and comment on the bottom of it with the number of the kit that you would like to win from eModels.co.uk.
Yeah. If money was no object, what kit would you like from eModels? That would be it. If money was no object, yeah. But as it's a giveaway, it is. So that'll tempt you to go across to eModels and have a look through the website, and you never know what you might find there.
Zadster says last week had touch, taste, and smell. That's pretty sensible.
Oh, gross. Jamie Bourne says the kit I want is out of commission. Yeah, well, there's plenty more stuff in there. The
kit that you want that is still being made.
Yeah, unfortunately. So that's what you're going to do this week. And anyway, I think on that note, we'll call it a night for this evening because things are starting to break down at my end. I'm really starting to lag now.
I did notice you were going a bit slow motion and pixely a little bit, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm really starting to lag now. Whether somebody about the house has logged onto the internet or things are slowing down a bit, and I'd hate to sort of go out.
Yeah, well, you've still got control of the button. It's probably worth pressing it.
Yeah, rather than just disappear without saying a goodbye. It's a bit of time to think we need to go. So, yeah, on that note, I think we're going to call it a night tonight, a little bit earlier than normal, so you can go and have a sit down and have a cup of tea before you go to bed. Don't forget to clean your teeth. And we'll see you all next week when hopefully Foxx will be back with us.
I just realised this is the first time just the two of us have done a show together because you and Foxx obviously have, and me and Foxx did. So it's just me and you. So it's kind of
yeah. So yeah, it worked anyway. We're off to a really bit of a shaky start, but managed
to get there in the end. So that's the
together, and it's really thrown us a bit this week. Foxx not being here as well, so it's unfortunate he couldn't join us. Hopefully everything's all right at his end. And on that note, we'll leave you with it. Don't forget, go and have a look at eModels, emodels.co.uk. Have a look at the website. Find a kit that you would, if money was no object, you'd like. Doesn't have to be a kit even. Something in the eModels store. Have a look around.
Yeah, some small bottle of paint.
Yeah, and we might have a look as well. Yeah. So yeah, it could be anything from a bottle of paint to the Abrams 1/6 scale tank. So that's it. Okay, fellas, good night, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you all.
Good night,
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.